He was drunk, arrogant, and absolutely convinced that the rules didn't apply to him. The reeking tourist staggered through the streets of London, hurling insults and shoving the royal guard, believing the soldier would remain a helpless statue. But when his fat fist slammed into the guard's shoulder once again, and a filthy burger smeared across the soldier's pristine uniform, something happened that no one saw coming. The fat guy staggered along the cobbled street near Buckingham Palace, chugging cheap beer from an aluminum can. His "I Love London" t-shirt was stained with ketchup, and his sandals dangled from his swollen, overworked feet. He was drunk, so drunk that even his own shadow seemed to be trying to keep its distance. The stench coming off him was overwhelming, a mix of stale sweat, booze, and what smelled like a rotten hot dog, probably from the day before. People stepped aside, wrinkling their noses, but the fat guy was absolutely convinced of his own charm. After all, he was a tourist, and that meant everyone around was supposed to entertain him. Then, through the haze of alcohol, a genius idea hit him. "Oh, a royal guard," he slurred, stumbling over nothing. "Let's see how tough you really are if I push you." He burst into laughter so loud that even the pigeons perched nearby took off in terror. The fat guy, wobbling with every step, made his way toward the guard. The bright red uniform, the tall black bearskin hat, the perfectly straight posture, this guy looked like a statue. But the drunk had a plan. "Hey, wooden soldier, why don't you move a little?" He cackled and did the one thing he absolutely shouldn't have done. He shoved the guard's shoulder. Not too hard, but hard enough to be downright disrespectful. The guard didn't flinch. The crowd watching let out a collective gasp. Everyone knew the royal guards aren't allowed to move unless ordered. It's part of their code. They're trained to remain stone-faced, no matter what. But the fat guy wasn't satisfied. "What's the matter, bro? Come on, do something. Oh, you scared?" He sneered, pushing the guard again, this time with more force. The guard stood firm, his jaw tightening, fists clenching at his sides. The tension in the air was palpable. Feeling invincible, the fat guy went even further. "Dude, are you even real? Or are you some kind of robot? What if I do this?" He reached into his pocket, pulled out a half-squashed, nasty-looking burger, and with a sloppy, exaggerated motion, launched it straight at the guard. The crowd froze. A streak of mayonnaise smeared across the guard's immaculately pressed red uniform. A single moment of silence. Then, the guard moved. The fat guy stopped breathing. "Step back, immediately." For the first time, the usually silent guard spoke. His voice was like steel, his gaze sharp as a blade. The fat guy blinked, his beer-soaked brain struggling to process what was happening. "Wait, you talking to me?" Then, the guard raised his rifle and stepped forward. The crowd exploded with excitement. "Step back!" And that was the exact moment the fat guy sobered up. Wait, bro. I was just joking," he stammered, stumbling backward. But the guard wasn't joking. He took a sharp, practiced step forward, his rifle pointed right at the drunk. The fat guy waved his hands frantically, trying to explain himself, but before he could even open his mouth, the police appeared from around the corner. "That's him! That man was harassing the guard!" Someone in the crowd shouted, pointing straight at him. The fat guy barely had time to react before two officers grabbed his arms and, without a word, dragged him away. "Wait, I was just..." He tried to mumble an excuse. But no one was listening anymore. The entire world had just watched as a drunken, stinking, fat tourist tried to test a royal guard and got exactly what he deserved. By the time night fell, the video had gone viral. A legend was born.